YouTube tarot reader Lisa Lee has been found using bad language during her twice-weekly live streams. In a shocking turn of events, it has also been discovered that she will not tell you what you want to hear, only what you need to know. The internet is in collective shock that authenticity is alive and well in this corner of the YouTube meta space. Do not watch if you are easily offended.
Absolutely. Welcome everybody to Beyond Authentic. We're going to be doing some tarot readings here. If you are new to the channel, my name is Lisa. I am a tarot reader. I've been doing this for this will be my 30th year. Which I don't even know how that's possible, seeing I've just had a birthday and I only turned 29. So I don't know how that is possible. Oh, I've just realised I need to adjust the second camera, but that will go there. I've changed the camera setup. I've changed everything. Look, I've got a new backdrop. This unit was part of my rather exhaustive birthday gifts from my other half. Good afternoon, Holland. Good evening, good afternoon. Welcome to Patricia as well. So I have put it together. This here is all of the tarot that I need to review. These are all the tarot cards I need to review. So I am starting this process this week. So I know I've said that before, but oh my god, we have had a really up and down couple of days. I'm looking a bit gothy today, am I? Is that just because I'm in black? I don't know. I have changed the settings on the camera. I've also changed the positioning of my screens and the positioning of the other camera, the card cam, and the lighting. So the lighting is all different. Everything is different behind. And the backdrop and just everything has been changed. But we did have that same issue where I do something and then all of a sudden all of the sound craps out on the computer. So I've spent all day trying to fix that, got it working again, and then I also have been trying to get my thermal printer working, because that's something that we need for when we're doing all of the boot sales and everything else and doing our stickers and our logos and everything. And wouldn't you know, the day after, literally, so Sunday was my birthday. Sunday was the day that I was the last day that I was able to send this back to Amazon. So on Monday morning, literally 2 o'clock Monday morning, I go, right, I've done the birthday stream. I've done the stream. I've had the birthday. I've done all of that stuff. I've gone to bed. While I'm in bed, let me just send this thing back. Oh no, the day has passed by 2 flipping hours. And you've got to send it back to, or you've got to get in touch with the manufacturer, which once I'd started reading all of the 1-star reviews that my thermal printer had, yeah, it was not good. So we're currently going through all of that. And in the meantime, Rufus has had to buy another thermal printer because we need a thermal printer. But anyway, it's been a stressful couple of days. Aquilarius. Oh, I like that name. Hello, Aquilarius. Hi, Lisa. Hi, all. Hello to you, my darling. So what are we going to be doing on today's stream? Well, we're going to be doing some tarot readings. Of course we are. I am using the Fifth Spirit deck for today because it is an LGBTQ plus friendly stream. So as always, I do, for Pride Month, I do have the flag just up there. I mean, it's normally up there. It's not just for Pride Month. But the flag is quite often up there, or a various of the Pride flags are up there. I seem to have just jumped on the stream a little bit as well, so hopefully that was okay. Oh my! Right, okay. We're just going to be lighting all the candles today. Thankfully, I got sent some more candles by the lovely Patricia, so. Let's light all the fucking candles without further ado. Right, we're going to have a black candle. We're going to have a tank. No, tank. There we go. We're going to have a green candle for tank. Let's go with the dark green, because that's the army color green. Where is it? There it is. Right. Okie dokie. No further ado. Let's get the candles going, because, you know, it's what we do. It's what we do. So I'm putting the black candle in the black candle holder. There we go. Put that one into there. Oh, I need to, hang on a second. I need to clear that little bit of wax out. So I've got my little wax digger. There we go. Shove that in there, and then that can sit in there. So why do I use a black candle for healing? Sometimes black is, well, black is a universal color, isn't it? So black is a color that has all of the other colors and all of the other shades in it. Now, I also use green for healing because it's the color of earth. You'll sometimes see me use a light green because it's all like nice healing. The dark green is army colors. And when I'm talking about Tank is my dragon. I'm going to pop this in the candle holder that Patricia sent me for my birthday. Come on, drop some wax in. Thank you very much. And basically, because Tank is the dragon that deals with healing, he's the healing one, he's the earth dragon. The army colour is for pretty much almost like emergency, come on, drop the wax in the thing, almost like emergency healing. So sudden surgery, sudden things like that, anything in that sort of field, we're going to have Tank basically use his skills to do that. So I'm going to send Brian a crotchety old warhorse of a dragon. Come on, I know you don't like sitting in there very easily because of the other wax, but you should just sit there now. There we go. There we go. Perfect. So if Brian sees, when I say dragons, everyone, they are my egregores. Now, one thing you may or may not realise, I've got so many crow images around me that you probably get a clue. In person, they don't appear as dragons, so they don't just turn up on your doorstep as a fucking dragon, because that would be ridiculous. 8 minutes in and I've already swan, but that's fine. So basically, if you get ravens or rooks turning up and randomly being in places around you, then that may well be the dragons as well, because quite often the dragon energy appears as ravens in the flesh, if that makes sense. So right, hopefully that makes sense. Let me have a look. Hello Neil, by the way, I just saw you come in just before Holland dropped the bombshell about Brian. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, rest. Yeah. The thing is, with strokes, a very minor stroke can absolutely, like, you can have it and not even realise. That's what happened to my mum, and she didn't even know. But when I'd left her on the Friday, went back down on the Monday, I could tell that something was up, and she to this day, she's been dead a good few years now, but right up until, you know, her final day, she was like, I didn't have a stroke. And I was like, well, Mum, the doctor said you did, so, you know, I picked up on it straight away. But yeah, good evening to Ellis. Hello Ellis, I hope you're well. Yeah, there's a whole podcast. Thank you, Neil. There's a whole podcast about the dragons. So go and have a look at that podcast, because basically it's the easiest way to work out what I'm talking about as to what the dragons are. But I have sent the dragons to various different people when they've been having surgeries or medical issues. Tank is the one, as you can hear, that is the earth dragon. So Tank is the one that basically is always on standby until he goes off. So he's almost like a wartime medic, going and helping people recover. Good evening to Strange Presence. Good evening to Valeria. You had to help a roe deer out last night to get him over a fence. It was a beautiful buck, stunning animal. That sounds amazing. Don't tell him about the deer skull that you can see just there in the backdrop. Yeah, don't Don't tell him about that. I love the bunting. Thank you to Neil for the bunting. And also, I've got a new thing. Look now, this space here is going to highlight different decks. So today we're highlighting the Queer Tarot, and I'm going to be using this on Sunday. And I've got a video coming up that I would have filmed today had I not been fixing sound and thermal printers that still didn't fix. Then I would have filmed that today because I've got a video about Pride decks. Anyway, yes, look, I need to sit a little bit more this side. I've moved all the monitors and everything around, which is great, except it's all just a little bit different. Anyway, shall we have a round? Shall we open up a round? Oh, thank you. I've got all the, like, these are the cards I need to review. So that one was a gift from Patricia. That was a gift from Rufus. That's the Dog Tarot and the Chibi Tarot and the Unfolding Path Tarot. And then I've got Tarot of the Elves that Patricia sent me. The Before Tarot that Patricia sent me. Oh, I'm just setting myself on fire. Don't mind that. The 3D Tarot, which is there as well, which Patricia sent me. And the Witch's Wisdom Tarot, which Patricia sent me. So yeah, there's an awful lot there. An awful lot that I need to review. And as you can see, Patricia is my benefactor, the benefactress. I'm not quite sure how you say, but she has sent me a lot of tarot decks over the last couple of years that I need to sit and review. But as you all know, I get stuck again, ADHD brain in prime in for example, I get stuck on a deck that I absolutely like, that resonates with me, and I get stuck. So this is going to be the last time for a while that we're going to use the Fifth Spirit, apart from in the Pride deck review video. I'm actually going to be putting it up on the shelf just above this one, which is where some of the retired decks go. I've got the Connolly deck and a few others up there. So yes, so this again, trying out a new layout, but we are going to send that tank healing energy off to Brian, and yeah, just send that. Hopefully that gets better. Hopefully Brian gets better and that helps. Yeah, thank you very much. Is anyone going to download this weekend? No, that's in Donington, isn't it? The Morrigan looks great, thank you. The black display cubes are given professional YouTuber, but which is I've got to tell you, if you actually saw what it was. So I gave Rufus a wish list, right, and said, get me some of those bits. He ended up getting me everything, which is ridiculous. But I mean, I'm a very spoiled, very lucky girl. So I struggling to speak. I was literally speechless. So this was what I thought was a clip together. I thought it was pieces of like thin wood or plastic and clips that you basically clip, and it's like a modular thing. No, this is actually like tubing and then thin plastic sealed fabric, I guess is the easiest way to call it. And you basically build it and it all just like slots together. Now, the thing about this is that we've actually got one that's currently sat in the car that we have been getting rid of at the car boot sale because they're not very strong. And then one turned up for my birthday list because I wished it on my wish list and everything. So yeah, but it's perfectly useful for what it needs to be, which is just to hold some items and all of that. So yep, there we go. Anyway, enough guff and nonsense. Shall we open up some rounds? Let's have a look. I'm just going to have a look at the conversation. You are going to Donington. It's this Sunday. Oh, you're going on the Sunday. I haven't been to download. It wasn't a thing when I was young enough to go, and then I I moved away from rock for a little bit, and went through my pop princess phase, although I never did I was never and will never be a Swiftie. And then as I've come back into like rock and metal and all of that lot, unfortunately, I'm far too old. But yes, Ellis is going to download, but that's fine because Ellis went to Pride and I didn't bump into Ellis at Pride, and that was a lot less people. So yes, keep an eye out for each other if you can, because that would be good. Have a little meet up at the download festival. Your boyfriend disappears into mosh pits. Yeah, I'm too old for a mosh pit now. Someone chest bumps me and I'm flat on my ass. I mean, I've got to say, again, look, this was, I know, right, this is how old I am, but this lovely purple walking stick was on my wish list. Well, this one wasn't. One like it was on my wish list, and Rufus upgraded it because of the balance issues with my fibro. Look, I've got to... It stands all by itself. You can't quite see, but it actually is a freestanding walking stick. So it does, it helps. And yes, it is in the room that I'm in because yes, I do the wibbly wobblies. So yes, get a poncho and some welly bobs. Yeah, that's it. And take some carrier bags to put over your shoes and over your welly bobs if all of that, because it's going to rain and because it always does. Anyway, enough. Shall we talk about tarot? I think we should have some tarot readings. So how do you get, by the way, I don't know whether you can all see the wonderful crow. Look, caw. He's been quietly sat there cawing this whole time and nobody's noticed. Nobody went, oh, look at the lovely crow, caw, caw. We can have a lovely cup of coffee though. But let's go for it. Let's start with the housekeeping. So we have to say this every time. Tarot is for entertainment purposes only. You do make all your own decisions about your own life, and tarot should never replace medical advice, legal advice, financial advice, or counselling advice. If you're looking for support in those areas, please do check out a professional in those areas. Also, you have to be 18 years of age or over to get a tarot reading. I do not want to mess around and have someone's mum, uncle, guardian, great cousin, whatever, coming back to me and saying, you told little Johnny or you told Phoenix that they can go off and join the army or whatever. And I'm just, no, not dealing with under 18s. Thank you very much. Also, please keep your own privacy private. Does that make sense? You know what I mean. Keep your own, don't dox yourself is basically what I'm trying to say. Don't dox yourself, right? Anything you put into my chat, into the live chat, any comment you put on the video afterwards is going to be around on the internet forever and ever and ever and ever and ever and a day, right? We know this. I am a big fan of the YouTuber Emily D. Baker. Go and watch her if you like legal stuff, particularly if in America. I know so much about American law. None of it works over here. But anyway, if you go and check her out, right, she is absolutely amazing. But she has done cases and is covering cases where people have said something online or said something in a text stream, and they've been able to pull that even after it was deleted. They've pulled all the data and used it in the court filings. So just be aware of that, okay? If you are, as I always say, if you're having an affair with your boss or embezzling millions of pounds out of your work company, don't put that in my live chat for your own safety, because it will get picked up on, possibly by things like the Wayback Machine, Google, all of these things. They're collating all your data, so look after your own privacy. Apart from that, how would you get a reading on the channel? Well, it's dead simple. There are two ways of getting a reading. The first way is to send it as a super chat. That comes through automatically onto a different screen, and it also gives you a longer reading. It means you queue jump, so you'll be the next person, and it's the only way to guarantee that you get a reading. If you don't want to send a super chat or you can't, don't worry. I will open up a free round. When I open up a free round, pop your question into the live chat, starting with the word question. Okay, I will then collate all and select one of those questions at random. If there's two, we do a coin toss, basically a talisman toss. If there's more than two, then literally I will pick one at random. That's the only two ways of getting a reading on this channel. If you want to guarantee it, you've got to do it as a super chat. Don't forget, I've been doing this for 29 years. The way I read is a little bit different to other tarot readers. It's a bit more, how can I put it? A bit more robust. It's a bit more in your face, and I'll tell it as it is. Hopefully that makes sense. If you want a reading that's all about light and fluffy, you're going to meet a tall dark stranger and ooh, that's not me. If you want a reading that's like your best friend going, what the hell are you doing? Sort your life out, and then let's go for a pint and a few drinks. What the hell is happening? That's the sort of readings that I do. So all of that being said, let's go ahead and open up a free round. So the free round is now open. If you would like a tarot reading, go ahead and pop your question into the live chat, starting with the word question. The round is now open. It will be open for about 38 seconds or something like that until this video comes to an end. Okay, let's have a look in that there live. No, in those comments. I've got to say, I look a bit dark on camera. I don't know why. Maybe I've got the settings slightly wrong. But anyway, we're just going with it. We're just going with it today. So we've got questions in from Strange Presence, Valeria Ortiz and Aquilarius. So what I'm going to do is take the... Oh no, hang on. On the wrong screen. There we go. Take the banner down. And because we've got 3 questions, I am literally going to roll the mouse between the 3. And we're going with... Oh, nothing. We're going with... Oh, and you've just snuck in there, just as I was about to click on the buttons. You've just snuck in there, Anne Peterson. So let's have a look. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, left, right, up, down. This one. Aquilarius, hello my darling, good evening. If you're not Aquilarius, so Strange Presence, Valeria and Anne, go ahead and select your question and then select and copy it and get ready to post it again on the next free round. Okay, so Aquilarius, your reading is coming up after this. Go right, let me just get this setting. It was perfect and then I had to change it as always. So there we go. Look, that is the new tarot cloth. Isn't that gorgeous? Isn't that gorgeous? And the camera is a little more zoomed in so you can see the cards a lot easier. So that is also something I've been trying to work on today. I had to dismantle the entire setup and put it all back together again today to do that. Anyway, as always on this channel, we cleanse the space with the bell. We bring in the lovely Wispy, who is our air elemental dragon. Again, go and have a look at the page break. In the description box just above the page break is the podcast link to all about my dragons. So Aquilarius, there is a 3-month management. yes, that's unfortunately I ate potatoes yesterday and without realizing I was like, oh, there's chips on my takeaway, oh dear, I'm going to eat them, and it's caused my fibro to positively flare, which again teaches me, doesn't it? Anyhow, there is a 3-month management position in my job covering sick leave. Should I apply, or will it be more hassle than it's worth? Oh, I like these. Aquilarius, this is an either or. Wispy. We've got option A, option B, Wispy, and the decider. Option A, option B, and the decider. This is good. We like these type of questions. So, let's have a look, Aquilarius. There we go. There we go. Get those cards in there. Let's have a look. So we're going to do your cut. Forgot where the camera is now because it's a whole different setup. There we go. So then let's have a look. So option A is apply for the job. Apply for the management position. Ooh. Option B, there we go, is don't apply. Okay. And the decider between the two. Oh, right. Okay. Okay. This is interesting. So, Aquilarius, if you take the job, you've got the ace, right? So it's a new start, new beginning. This is why these tarot cards, I bloody love the tarot so much, because I don't know anything about like the situation, but this card coming up, the ace, the new project, new beginning, new starts, this knows exactly, like, somehow the universe, Wispy, we know exactly what is happening in your situation. Okay, so yes, it will be a new start. It does come with challenges though. So it is swords is about challenges, obstacles, and hurdles that you need to jump. But the good thing about this is that these hurdles, they're going to teach you things, right? So you're going to learn. This is a really good learning opportunity. This is a really good opportunity for you to start something. And because it's only a temporary cover, you'll be able to tell 6 weeks in, a month in, whether or not this is something that you want to do and actually to apply for a more permanent managerial position. So it's going to bring you lots of learning, so yes, it will be a step up, and yes, it will be a hassle, and yes, it will be a learning curve, but it's all for the good, because you're going to be gaining a lot more knowledge, right? So option A is to take it. Option B, don't take it. We've got the Knight of Cups reversed. So the Knight of Cups is your emotional suit. The knights are the ones that normally jump in where angels fear to tread. They jump in with both feet. If you think of knights in, you know, the Round Table and King Arthur and all of those legends, the knights are the ones that go out. They're the ones that go hunting for that quest. In all of the roleplay games online and stuff, the knights go and find the Holy Grail, or they go and find the ancient stone of Rambadoc, or whatever the hell it is, right? This is reversed, and it's basically saying that you will regret not jumping in, right? You will absolutely regret not jumping in. And I think option B is coming from a place of fear. I don't think, as you say, is it more hassle than it's worth? Yes, it's going to be hassle, but it's going to be learning curve hassle. This is not you saying, in all honesty, I'm scared to put my head above the parapet. This is what this is telling me. I think option B is literally not doing it. It's going to leave you feeling that you missed an opportunity, that you could have done something, you could have tried something, you were too scared, too whatever, and you didn't do it, right? So option A, do it. It's going to bring some lessons, some learning, which is always good. Option B, don't do it. The decider, we've got the Eight of Cups reversed. So this is saying if basically your choice is about whether or not you take where you want to go in life forward, right? So the Eight of Cups, you can see here, all of these vessels are cups, right? Go with it. It's raining inside the house, so there's a leak. Outside is fine. This is about a journey towards the nine, following your heart's desire, following what your heart is wanting, taking that journey. This is reverse, which is saying you are worried, you're scared of taking those next steps. So it might be easier to do option B, not apply for the job, not worry about it. Oh well, never mind, didn't get it, don't worry about it, life carries on. But you'll regret it. You will absolutely regret it. This feels like a really positive, although it's swords, which are normally seen as a negative card, a lot of people go, ooh, it's a sword, doom and disaster. But in actual fact, it's that learning, it's that getting those skills, learning those new skills, learning that ability that is going to drive you forward. So yes, it might be a bit of a pain in the arse having to learn a whole brand new system or whatever, but it's going to lead you forward. So I think literally as we look at these options here, right, and I do need to, there we go. As we look at these options here, I think if again, it's, you make all your own decisions about your own life, my darling, right? But if I was to advise you, absolutely go for it. Absolutely go for it. Because if you don't, you're not going to be following your heart's journey. You're not going to be moving forward to the nine. of hearts, the of cups, you're not going to be following any of those things that you want to achieve out of probably fear. Okay, very simple. And I love the fact that it's an either or question, and I love the fact you've got some very definitive either or cards. So there you are, my darling. I hope that helps. I would say absolutely go for it, and the cards back it up. And yes, you are going to have to learn, and it will be a bit of a pain in the bum, to be honest, but how amazing is it going to be when you've done that? Okay, it might only be sick cover right now, but people get sick, people have babies, they go on maternity, people leave the company and go for new jobs. All of those things, all of those opportunities open up to you, my darling. So yeah, let's have a look. Right then, let me have a look in that there live chat. I'm just putting the cards back in the doodah. Let me have a look. Oh, no worries, Aquilarius. Thank you, my darling. I am very good at this, even if I do say so myself. Yep, I know, right? I can't say I'm good at a lot of things in life, but the tarot, I'm all over that shit. Right, Flower Beauty Peacock Rainbow. Good evening, my darling. Haven't seen you for a while. Can someone tell me how to send a super chat? You're traveling abroad, so you have a cart. What? Okay, so what you do, just where the comment button is, next to it, there's a little, it looks like a dollar bill or like a stack of dollar bills. If you click that, it lets you do the super chats. Right then, my darling, let's have a look. Good evening to Ultra Ego Wisdom. Hello, my darling. Hope you're doing okay. Who else did I see pop in? I'm sure I saw somebody else pop in. I said hello to Anne. Hello, Anne. Oh, maybe not. I'm sure somebody else popped in. Maybe I'm just imagining it. But yes, good evening to everybody. Shall we go for another free round? Shall we? I think we should, I think we should. I'm going to do that. Shall we? No, let's just go for it. Let's just crack on today and all of that. So, if you would like a reading, you know what you need to do. Go ahead and send it as a super chat just down next to where you comment, just to the right hand side. I had to think about that for a second. Just to the right hand side. Good evening, Lady V. Hello, my darling. Hi, could it be that popped in? Yeah, you did pop in. Hello, my love. Anyway, go ahead and send it as a super chat. Oh, we've got a super chat in. Right, hold off. Everybody wanting a free question. Hold off, my darling. Boldly Dream, you've got a question in, so you sent it as a super chat. Thank you very much for that. It means you do get a longer reading, and you are next. So I'll do that right now. In fact, we'll do it straight after this. Oh, I'm just trying to move it slightly further up because you get a longer reading. So then, my darling, Boldly Dream. There we go. 3 for cleansing. Bring in Wispy. Good evening again, Wispy, my darling. Boldly Dream would like a reading. They want to know, will we move this year or next? Will they move this year or next? So the fact that they're going to move is not in question. We know there's going to be a move. We just need to know when. Right then, let's have a look. So we haven't had a card jump. So let's do the drop. Up we go. So, will we move this year or next? Again, I think we want to look at... I'll tell you what, here we go. Where you are, what you need to know, what the opportunity is, with some stuff to be aware of under the surface. Okay, so we'll do surface level. Ooh, okay, yep. Wheel of Fortune in the where you are now, Page of Pentacles in the what you need to know, and in the outcome, ooh, the High Priestess. And then what you need, well, not what you need to know, but like what's going on under the surface. Is there anything that we need to be looking out for? Anything that is hidden from us at the moment? Let's have a look. We've got the Four of Wands. We've got the Queen of Pentacles. Ah, that's interesting. And we've got the Ace of Wands reversed. Right then, let me pop those just there. So then, let's have a look. So first of all, we've got the Wheel of Fortune. So as those of you know, I've got these little animations. There we go. Look, so the Wheel of Fortune is, quite frankly, exactly what it says on the tin. It's talking about risk and responsibility, basically, risks and rewards. So the Wheel of Fortune is coming in because it's saying that this is where you are right now. There is an opportunity at the moment, right? So you could make a move very, very soon, right? Not just this year, like within the next couple of months, 2 or 3 months. It may well be that you see something and you make a quick decision and you jump, right? That is the Wheel of Fortune card. That is quick decisions. Let's do it now. Jump, jump, jump. But there is always a risk with that, right? There could be a massive reward. So you could be in a situation where you find the perfect house that you want to move to, or the perfect area, and you make a jump right now. Everything's going to be fantastic, but it could lead to a proper, like a really negative kind of situation, because you come a cropper because you haven't done that due diligence. You haven't, done everything that you looked at. Maybe you move and it turns out the schools in that area are absolutely crap, or you move and the reason you got such a good deal on the house is because they're building a brand new train line, less than a mile away, and you're going to get all of that noise, all of that. So watch out for this in the moment, right? It feels like this is going to come up before you expect it to. I would say the reason I'm saying that, right? The reason I'm saying that is under the surface, we've got the Four of Wands. Now, Wands is security. Very rarely does it mean bricks and mortar security, but in this type of question, it obviously is pointing to that. The Four is normally stability. 4 table legs, 4 chair legs, 4 furnace legs, all of those things, right? Keeps it stable. However, when it's reversed, it could be that it's stagnant, or it could be that you're simply bored of where you live and you want to move and you want to change. And so that kind of feeling of, okay, we need to get cracking on this, we need to get cracking. If this comes up as an opportunity, then it's more likely that this will lead you to make that jump, even if it's not fully worked out and fully realized. You know what I mean? So be really aware of this. Be aware of why it is that you might be thinking of doing it earlier rather than taking that extra time. In the what you need to know, we've got the Page of Pentacles. So Pentacles is work, career, finances, money, and Page is youthful energy, so childlike energy. Sometimes it can be childish, but normally it's childlike. Now, the thing with the Page of Pentacles, you can see here, they've got this bulb that they're going to plant and grow. And that's wonderful, except it takes time, right? So I think as much as there's probably either yourself, or I don't know whether it's just you, or whether there's a partner or friend or whatever that you're wanting to move in with, it feels here that you're a little bit like, well, let's go, let's do it now, come on, let's go, we've made a decision, let's go. This is saying there's a financial reason for not doing that yet. This is like, no, you need to grow the nest egg a little bit more. You need to maybe look at work and growing a work situation, getting those roots properly down into the ground before you make that jump, okay? And this is absolutely where you are right now. So it's because it's what you need to know. It's literally saying it's not the time to do this, right? This is not the time. You need to lay these roots down, because when we look at the what's going on underneath, this is where you want to get to, right? You want to get to the position where you've got the Queen of Pentacles energy coming in, which is not necessarily full of lots of money, like millions and millions and millions of mega bucks. We're not there, but maybe taking that time to think things through, to plan, to put extra money away, whatever investment, all of that. I'm not a financial advisor. I don't know how to handle money at all, but do all of those things to build this, so you've got more of a more abundance and more of that ability to maybe get a better house or a better area, or to get a deal that is right for you, and to have the money on hand when it's needed, if that makes sense. In the future opportunity to come, we've got the High Priestess. Now, this is an interesting one, because the High Priestess normally is about going by the spiritual book. So going by the Torah, going by, the Bible, whatever, going by the rules. It can also be talking about literally doing everything in the correct way, doing everything in the proper way. So it could be that there's an opportunity to jump, to move quickly, but it will leave some ends. It will leave, how can I put it? It won't tie up all the loose ends. That's what I'm trying to say, right? Whereas the High Priestess is all about doing things by the book, doing things properly, making sure that everything is done correctly. If there is a spiritual connection for you moving, that comes in as well. So maybe you would like to go, and maybe there will be, I don't know, a yoga center or a spiritual center nearby, a local witchy community or a local church or a local synagogue, whatever that means for you. There's a spiritual element here as well, but it's very much about do things by the book. Okay, that's what you need to do. And if you do that, then you've got a new start, but it's a new start that's going to be a bit unexpected. Okay, because we've got the Ace of Wands again, wands being confidence, but also being bricks and mortar security. There's an element here where I think where you end up, the house you end up, is either going to be completely different to what you've got in your head right now, or in a completely different area. Right? So it's almost like if you're moving for work, it may be that, like, I don't know, I'm moving to San Francisco, right? That's where I'm moving to. And you go, oh, great, hurrah, well done. And then you go, actually, the job is taking me to Colorado instead. So we're going to Colorado now. I think those places are different parts of America. I don't know geography. It's not my thing. But anyway, right? So it's almost like, oh, we've actually got 3 extra bedrooms, 2 extra bathrooms, and 15 acres of land for the same price that we would have got for a basic house in wherever I said, San Francisco. So it's something like that is going to happen. Okay, so there is definitely this idea of doing everything by the book, going the right way, not trying to jump those hurdles, and it's going to get you to somewhere that is going to be a complete refresh, complete new start because of the ace, but in a very unexpected way. So I don't think it's going to be this year. This is telling me it's going to be much more likely to be next year, and that there's something here with money and finances that you need to work on before the move. Hopefully that helps, my darling. Thank you ever so much for the super chat, and yeah, I hope that helps. And let us know what happens. Let us know where you end up moving to, because we're all a bunch of nosy buggers. That's the only reason we want to know. So we're a bunch of nosy buggers. And some of us would like a free holiday in America. So, if you do end up moving, end up getting that extra house with all the extra bedrooms and bathrooms, and you save yourself several $1,000 in the process, then, plane tickets are quite cheap, and it's only little old me, and I won't bring a lot of baggage, and I could come visit, maybe give you a free reading online, free reading in person. That'd be good. Maybe think about us. Remember? No? Okay. But yeah, anyway, hope that helps. Let me have a look. No worries at all, my darling. Thank you very much. Makes perfect sense. Thank you. Thank you. Right then, let's go. Happy to be here. I'm very happy to have you here every time, my darling. Every time. Happy to have absolutely every... Oh, look what you wrote. I know, right? Beautiful soul. Ugly exterior, but the soul's lovely. I'm cackling. I am cackling. I'm also very aware, this new setup, I'm trying to do it so I can look you in the eyes without everything being like distorted with the ring lights and everything. So I have to be very careful. I can look at the camera. This has taken a lot of changes on the setup, angling the monitors in different ways so they're not bouncing the light directly at me and all of that stuff. But anyway, let me have a quick look in the chat. Don't say that. Don't say that. Don't say that. I've got ADHD, so my brain will just go, Rufus, you fancy going to Colorado? Because I know someone that's got like lovely big house and 27 bedrooms and 24 bathrooms. Should we go? Do you fancy going? Should we just go? Let's just go. It's been known to happen. Maybe not Colorado, but yes. Do I answer questions privately? I absolutely do. You can always go across. Oops. Hang on. Where is it? I've written it. I thought I'd had it on my thing. Let me just, here we go. Look, if I take that off. Hang on. I'm doing it now. And show. There you go. That is my website, beyondauthentic.co.uk. You can go across to that website. You can book tarot readings on there. Absolutely, you can book the tarot readings on there. It's thank you, Neil. That was kind of the vibe for it to be like my cozy corner. Oh, thank you, my love. But yes, you can go ahead and book a tarot reading right over there if you so choose, right? In fact, hang on. What was it? I think it's YouTube 10. Oh, hang on. Give me a second. I can tell you I've got a discount code. Oh, flaming thing needs my phone now. Where's my phone? Right. I've got a discount code set up so you can save yourself 10% for YouTube. I think it's YouTube 10. I think that's what it is. Hang on. It's been sent as a text message. I'm just having to turn my phone back on. I will... Oh, here we go. Sorry, everybody. I'm just logging into it. Bear with. Right, manage. No, that one. Hang on. I'm getting there. Go to settings. I'm getting there. That's not what I need. Oh gosh. I'll tell you what, hang on. I'll find it. I'll find the discount code. Before I do, I'm going to hit this. So, thank you very much to Holland. Holland sent this across. And yeah, so I'm going to click on this. Holland's going to tell you about why I'm so bloody lovely or something like that. Whilst I find you the discount code. Bear with.
Lisa is such a good tarot reader. I've experienced that for myself because Lisa's read for me quite a few times. But as a mod on her channel, I've also seen loads of times when people have said things like, oh yeah, that really resonates, or that's exactly it, you've hit the nail on the head. And because she doesn't sugarcoat, she just tells it like it is. It can really be quite an emotional and cathartic experience because they're not just being told what they want to hear, they're being told, as she says it, what you need to know. So I definitely recommend her. It's a really good idea to sign up for one of her memberships because they're such good value. You can be part of private live streams that take place before the main ones. And then you're in a much smaller group of people, so you're not competing with all these other people to get a reading. And it's also just a chance to chat with other like-minded people who have that kind of spirituality.
Indeed. Thank you so much to Holland for sending that across. It was very, very kind. I'm still trying to find the discount code, so bear with. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll open up the next round and I'll carry on looking for the discount code. Okay, so let's open up that round then. If you would like a tarot reading, I just love the mug. Did you get it's from Asda, right? I think that's from Asda. Go ahead, if you would like a reading, pop your question into the live chat, starting with the word question. That will come through, or starting with the word question. I will then pick one of those at random. However, if you would like to send a super chat and guarantee that your reading is next, then you can send a super chat of any amount, and that will get you guarantee you the next place unless we get multiple super chats, in which case I will read them in the order they come in. Okay, hopefully that makes some sense. I'm going to play you this just in case it didn't. Right, I have found it. I am on the screen. So, Authentic 10. There you go. Authentic 10 is the discount code for my tarot readings via my website. Authentic 10. Yeah, can the mods, can one of you write that down and stick it in the doodah? Yeah, so Authentic 10 is the discount code if you'd like to go to my website and go and get yourself a proper full-length multiple question, multiple spread reading, is what we call it. So yeah, a longer one. It normally lasts about 45 minutes to an hour. And so yeah, go ahead and double check that over there just down at the bottom. Meantime, let's have a look at all of the people here. Wow, I've got lots of questions in. So then let's have a look. How many have I got? I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go, 6 questions in. So this is where I need a dice, isn't it? This is where I need a dice. Do you know what? I just found a box as well, and I thought, oh, I could have that as a dice. Shall I quickly? Here we go. What's in it? Oh, we've got some tape in it. Let's empty the tape out and let's make this a very quick, imperfect, but as near as it's going to be, it's going to be as random as possible dice. And then I will write on it in liquid eyeliner because I don't seem to have a pen. Oh yes, I do. I've got a pen. Right then, so we'll go 1. I don't know what the numbers are supposed to be next to each other. I know 1 and 6, and then isn't it 5 and 2 and 3 and 4. There we go. Watching it all happen live on the YouTubes. I know, right? So I'm going to cut to the other camera and we're literally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So Alter Ego Wisdom, you're 1, Alice, you're 2, Anne, you're 3, Lady V is 4, Valeria, you're 5, Strange Presence is 6. Right, hopefully you'll remember your numbers. I am going to do this on the, so here we go. Look, you can see I've just written some numbers on here. Don't know how this is going to work. There we go. We've got 3. See that there? Look, the number 3 written on there. So number 3 was 1, 2, 3. Anne Peterson. There we go, Anne. Hello, my darling. You are getting the reading. Everybody else that isn't Anne Peterson, do me a favour, select and copy your question and get ready to pop it in on the next live round. Okay, so then let me get rid of, well, not get rid of, but let me take the stars off of these so that I can see the one that I need to do. There we go. So then, Anne Peterson, you are up right now. There we go. There's a little bit of music for you. So right then, as always, we are cleansing the space. I didn't say it wasn't going to be a chaotic session. It's authentic tarot. It's beyond authentic. Authentic is where we start. It's beyond authentic, but it is always chaotic because, you know, ADHD and fibro combined. Wispy, come on in, my darling. Wispy, Anne Peterson would like to know, what will her next job be? Currently looking for a job. So what will Anne Peterson's next job be? Let's have a look and see if we can get some advice. What we'll do, Wispy, is, shall we look at, I tell you, that's just because I wasn't paying attention. I was looking up at me board. Right then, Wispy, I tell you what, shall we do a thing, Wispy, where we use all 3 cards to see if there is a job, a pointer at a job, if you know what I mean. You know what I'm trying to say. If there's some clues as to what the job could be, that's, I think, quite a good idea. So we'll use all 3 cards rather than you know, past, present, future, or any of that. We're going to use all 3. That's 2 cards, Wispy. Almost got it. Almost got 1 card to flip. But we're going to use all 3 cards. Oh, flipping heck. Wispy. Sorry. Right, all 3 cards to look for the one particular job. So we'll see what clues are there. I'm just ignoring you now, Wispy. I'm sorry. I know you want to play with all the cards. Let's go for it. So, there we go. Just need to remember where to hold my hands now with the new setup. So then, all 3 cards. Let's look at if there's an area or something else that you need to focus in. So, 2 of Wands. Not really a big help there at all. 2 of Swords. Oh, lots of 2s. And the 7 of Cups. Well, Wispy, that really doesn't help. It's telling me about why you're looking for a job, though, Anne. Disagreement or personal, like, clash somewhere. The 2 of Wands reverse being sense of security, sense of self-esteem that was kind of almost like somebody was using you for them to get ahead. And the 7 of Cups being it's a really tough emotional decision as to where you're heading, and there's still lots of choices. You don't even know yourself, do you, my darling? You don't know yourself where you are actually looking at the moment. Let me just see. Let's go with okay, Wispy, I'm going to use the same shuffle, the same positioning of the cards. We will do the where you are now, what you need to know, and the opportunity, but we're keeping these ones here. This feels how we got to this position. So where you are now. Yeah, what is going on? What's happened? Because the 6 of Wands, security and confidence, but we've got this idea of kind of it being knocked because of the, I would say, the culture or the people that you worked with, because the 6s are about community and about people, and this feels really, really negative in coming up in this reversal. So yeah, that is where you are. So I think you're really licking your wounds a little bit. The present, the world, too many choices. Oh my god, so there are too many choices. Let me just bring up the little animation. I think you've got, I think there's too much for you to look at right now. It's almost like you've found yourself out of a job, but you don't necessarily have a career in mind. Does that make sense? Because it feels like with the world coming up, it feels like the world should be your oyster. This should be a really good, you know, it should be a really positive time because you've got everything to go hunting for. I think you really need to narrow down what it is you want to do and where you want to, what you want to head for. Because I think if you're looking for a job here, there and everywhere, yes, it's a good thing of, you know, we all need money to survive, and so any job is better than no job. However, it kind of feels like you need to be a bit more focused on your skill set. But yeah, this really does feel like what happened in your old job, because it feels like there's a lot of animosity and almost like a massive falling out. And then we've got, again, the Ace of Swords coming up in the future opportunity. So there is an opportunity here, but it's something that you're not going to want to do. It's something that you're going to have to do to pay the bills. So this 7 of Cups, these emotional choices that you're almost unable to do, coming in with this Ace of Swords card being reversed, it's like, I said earlier when the Ace of Swords came up, it's not always a negative. It can be a positive because, you know, you learn new skills and you gain new experiences. But this way round, coming up here in the sort of future opportunity position, I don't think that you have any idea which way you're headed. And I think it's going to have to, you are really just going to have to take any old job just to get some money in. I don't know if that makes sense. I don't know. Wispy. We're going to pull one card. Okay, one card. And I almost want it to be from another deck. Let me just, hold on. I've got some random cards behind me. There we go. I'll tell you what, Wispy, this is going to be the ultimate. I haven't even used this deck yet. I haven't really done a deck chat or anything. Don't really know this deck at all. Barely even looked through it. In fact, I don't even know if it's going to be in the world. Probably in number orders. So we're just going to, wow, look at that. Wispy, we're just going to flick through randomly and find a card. Okay, so it's your job to make it stop where it's needed. Right, so what is this? The Ace of Swords again. Don't worry about it being reversed because I think, oh no, okay, maybe right. So Ace of Swords reversed again. I think, my darling, I think you're going to have to just almost apply for everything, from jobs you've got the qualifications for all the way through to jobs that you don't want to do, whatever that is. It feels very much like you are just going to have to apply for anything and everything, and even to the extent of, if your old company, if you left under a cloud, I'll pop that back. If you left under a cloud, but that cloud came from you, not from them, then it could even be a case of contact your old company and you know, see if your job is still there. Things like that, things that you really aren't going to want to do. It feels very much that. I don't think you've got a lot of choice in the matter when it comes down to just finding anything. But that doesn't mean it's going to stay this way, okay? Doesn't mean it's going to stay this way. What that means is take a job for now, right? Forget about career, forget about, you know, where you're headed, what you've got skills and experience in. Just try and find any job, right? Cashier job, retail job, phone call job, I would say stripper pole job, but you know, maybe not. Not that there's anything wrong with that. It's just a bloody hard job. And you need the skills to be able to stay on the pole and not break your bloody ankle. You know what I mean? But whatever it is, like, you know, customer service phone lines, it's the most abysmal job in the world. But whatever it is that you need to do, find that, take that job, think of it as a temporary stopgap. Don't think of it as career. Don't think of it as a step down, step up, whatever. Just think of it as, I need to pay my bills. So whether that is packing bags in a local supermarket, whether that is, you know, being the working in a petrol station, or what's it called, a gas station, whatever it is, just do anything to give you that temporary stopgap so you don't panic, and then hopefully that will help, and you can then look at the longer term planning for a career. Sorry that wasn't the answer that you wanted, but as it always says, it says it right up there, look, the guidance you need, not necessarily the answers you want. Sorry I couldn't point it any clearer, but all of those cards are saying that I don't think you really know where you're headed right now. So there's nothing for the deck to work on. But I hope that helps, my darling, and thank you ever so much for your question. And as I say, yeah, I hope that I hope that somehow that gives you a bit of an idea, or a bit clearer of an idea as to where to look. But yeah, thank you very much for your question. Right, where's the question? There we go. Let me have a look in the live chat. Oh, you're a bit lost right now. Absolutely you are. Absolutely. It describes your last job situation. Yeah, completely. Horrible. The last job situation was very bad. Yeah, horrible. You've lost your confidence. Don't lose your confidence, my darling. Don't lose your confidence. Somebody out there will be wanting to rehire you or hire you. Somebody will see the skills that you've got and see the value in them. It's just, whilst you're looking for that person, we still need to pay bills. So yeah, hopefully, best of luck, my darling. Absolute best of luck with all of that. Oh, I've got a bit of hair sticking up. Look at that. Annoying. But yeah, best of luck with that, my darling, and I hope it does help. Right then, let's look. Good evening, Neens. Neens O'Day is in. Oops, I'm back, says Ellis. Looks like you're into piano. Does it? How can you tell that Anne's into piano? No. Hang on. There we go. How can you tell Anne is into piano? It doesn't look like a piano in your photo. Doesn't look like a piano in your photo. I've got no idea what Holland is getting at. How do you know that? Muskin Hans, my darling, you need to wait until we open up a free round, which we'll be doing very, very, very soon. Don't forget, you can always book a reading by going to my website. The details are... I'm sure I've just seen them. Where were they? The mods put them in the chat. There we go. Can I copy and select that text? Of course I can't. That would be very useful. Anyway, you can always go across to my website, beyondauthentic.co.uk, and use discount code authentic10 to get yourself 10% off. Right then, if you click on people's names, you can see their channel activity. Oh, okay. I don't know. Don't don't do that. People will think that's how I'm finding out information about people. It's not. If it did, I would have been able to say, oh, be a piano teacher. I didn't know you could do that. What is it? Click on people's names. You can see their channel activity. I can't even click people's names because I'm on StreamYard. I don't know how any of that works. But anyway, hopefully, yeah. That's a good advice from Holland there. Maybe you could go and teach something on the piano forte. Is that a different thing? I don't know. I'm trying to get to a point where I can slurp my coffee. I tell you what, I'm going to hit this button and then I will... I'm going to hit one of these buttons and then I'm going to slurp my coffee and then we'll open up a free round. How about that? Do you want another free round? Let's do that straight after this. We have a super strong connection here. Right. Oh my God! Yes, indeed. I remember that reading incredibly well. It was just one of those random things where I went off and I started talking and then the person was like, oh my God, let me tell you about this. Oh. Piano forte is short for piano. I didn't know that. What's the one then that sounds all plinky plonky? Not, you've got a piano that's like nice rich sounds. What's the one that sounds like piano that's been processed really like twinky twing 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 twangy? A twangy piano. I don't know. Anyway, let's go ahead. Go on. Open up the round, Lisa. Press the buttons. Press all the buttons. So the next round is now open. If you would like a tarot reading, there are two ways to get one on this channel. Go ahead, send your question as a super chat. That guarantees you're up next. or you can always pop your question into the live chat, starting with the word question. That will then go in, and it will I will select one of those at random. So if there's 6 questions, we've now got the rather rubbish dice, but I can roll a dice. If there's 2, we do a talisman toss. Any other number, we literally grab one at random. Okay, so that's how it works on this channel. If you need a quick recap, here is a quick recap. Yes, indeed. Right, I will have a look at the comments in the live chat. I've got I've got a few questions in. Yes, harpsichord. Does it look like a piano but sound plinky plonky and twing twang twang twingy 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 twangy? If it sounds like that and looks like a piano, then yes. But it's got keys, right? I think it's got keys, right? Okay, everybody hold off a second, because Neens has posted a super chat. So Neens has posted a super chat, so I will go ahead and do Neens reading first. So do just everyone do me a favor and just hold on to your questions, and I will look at this. I'm trying to turn this back into a dice, but round the other way. I know, right? Do I need to do this absolutely now on a live reading? No. Am I going to carry on anyway? Yes, unfortunately, yes I am, because, you know, ADHD. So then let me that's not going to work. Yes it is, Lisa. I've got it. Right then, let me go through on the super chats. No, not on the super chats. Let me go through and do Neen's question, and then I will open up another free round. So again, copy and select your question, everybody, and yeah, do the things. You know what I'm trying to say. Copy and select your question and get ready to pop it back in when I do the next live round. As always, the super chats do get that that queue jump benefit. Right, so then let's click over to the card cam. There we go. How are we looking there? Looks pretty good. And as always, cleanse the area, and we bring in Wispy. So Wispy, Neens O'Day would like, so it's a bit of a classic tarot question to be answered. Very classic question. So Neens O'Day would like to know, will she meet someone nice? Will Neens meet someone nice? Okay, let's have a look. So we'll do this as a, what's going to be the best way? Okay, where you are, what you need to know, what the future opportunity is, and then we'll have a look on the bottom as to whether there's any clues as to where, when, or who. Okay, so 6 card Wispy. We've got a clarifying card. Not this month. Why do I say that? Because we've got the moon, and the moon is reversed. Now, the moon quite often, as I was just saying to Wispy, if we look at timescales, the moon quite often is referring to a month. Obviously, because, you know, we get a full moon once every 28 days. So the fact that this is reversed, this isn't going to happen within the next month. Okay, sorry to say that, Neens, my darling, but where can I put it so it shows up? If I can put it just there we go. I'll tell you what, hang on, there we go. We'll pop it there. So I'll put it there so you can see it. Flaming neck. Right then, that was on the bottom. So let's have a look. When the card jumps, when a single card jumps, we stop shuffling. We do the card cut. So then, where you are now. 7 of Pentacles. Okay, that's not bad. That's not bad. I think work is taking your priority at the moment. There's some decisions you need to make around work, maybe around work-life balance, but lots of things. Is it time to move on from work? Is it time to, let things carry on? Is it time for you to maybe look at promotions, things like that? So there's a few work-related questions happening. What you need to know. The star. So when we look at the star in relation to this, it's a little bit wishful thinking, Neens. A little bit wishful thinking. I think what this is trying to say is that perhaps if you've got work-related stuff, money-related stuff going on, perhaps this isn't the right time, or perhaps this isn't the best opportunity, put it that way, to find somebody, because the star is reversed. And what's coming up in the future? We've got you've got like 3 out of 4 major arcana cards. So you've got Temperance coming up in the future zone for potentially for romance. Now, Temperance is really interesting in this position, because Temperance is talking about like negotiating, finding a middle way, taking that time to come up with some alternatives. So it could be that you need to start looking wider afield. I don't know if that means in a physical way, in a sexuality or gender way, or, maybe you need to look on even something as basic as Tinder. Maybe have a look on Tinder and do the online dating-y thing. But definitely there's a middle way. There's another way through looking for romance and looking for someone than perhaps you've been looking at, if that makes sense. I think the star coming in is literally saying at the moment, either you've got a lot on work, career, money wise, or there's still some blocking that energy, because quite often when people are looking for love, they still need to clear out the rubbish from the previous relationship. Do you know what I mean? It's a bit like, are you ready for an analogy? I know, right? One of Lisa's analogies. I need a little, what can I have as an analogy bumper? I don't have anything that isn't already being used. We'll have this as an analogy bumper. Are you ready? It's analogy time. So it's a bit like when you are trying to buy a new carpet and you just want them to put the new carpet on top of the old carpet. But the old carpet has got bits that you've carved out, bits where the dogs, dug a hole in the carpet, bits of mess, bits where it's been pulled. And if you put the new carpet that you spent a lot of money on top of the old manky one, it's going to have all these divots and bumps and lumps in it. So you don't do that. It's a bit like that with this romance, right? Sometimes you need to get rid of that old carpet, pull up everything back to the floorboards before you're able to put the lovely new spanking carpet down, if you get my drift. So it could be, because this card's come up and because the star come up reversed, could be there's something there that you need to maybe look at. Again, the other thing with the moon is that it's also talking about navel gazing, looking within, looking deep within, and answering some of those questions. But let's see if we've got, right, so we've got the 10 of Wands. So there is an arrogance. Perhaps this is connecting with the star. Perhaps there was somebody really, really domineering in the past. I'm getting the strongest feeling this is definitely about the either an ex or an XX, or going back a little while. These are some issues to overcome. So there's this element of having a previous relationship where somebody was really arrogant or really bossy, really dominant, waiting and being submissive, and this is the Hanged one. Now when we talk about submissive, it doesn't have to be in a wham bam thank you ma'am kind of adulty kind of way. It can be submissive in terms of having to keep yourself less than in order to deal with allow someone who's this dominant to be that dominant, if that makes sense. And then we've also got the World reverse. So yeah, right, it feels like it feels like whatever the previous relationship was, whatever the issues that this star is blocking and this moon is saying that we still need to adjust, because we've got temperance and it's talking about finding that negotiated way forward. It's talking about, you know, trying to heal the two sides, all of that. I'm not at all suggesting you go back to any ex, but this is saying when we look at the trauma element, we've got a domineering, very overpowering domineering card next to a submissive card, which is normally by choice, but in this instance I don't think it is, followed up by the world card being reversed. Again, that world is shut down. So I think, Neens, what this is literally saying is there may well be nice folks out there for you, but at the moment you've still got this growth, and this is why the Seven of Pentacles has come up here, because the Pentacles, work, career, finance, as I said. The other thing is it's growth, it's earth energy, is Pentacles. So it's about digging up the things that we buried in the past, but also planting new seeds to have that future growth and that future blossoming, if for want of a different phrase. But yeah, I hope that helps, my darling. It does feel once again that there is some inner work to do. So yeah, I hope that helps, my darling. I wouldn't say anybody nice coming in within the next month. I think if you do some of this, maybe some of this healing, then that may well change. Interesting that the moon was the first one. So again, I don't think it's saying not ever. It's just saying not this month. So maybe spend June learning to love yourself. We talk about June being Pride Month, or in the UK the start of Pride season. If that is the case, right, it doesn't mean that you have to be proud of, you know, it doesn't mean you have to be a member of the LGBTQI plus community. You can learn to be proud of who you are. Okay, and just use Pride Month as a way of getting started on that, because we all deserve to be proud of ourselves, right? Whoever and however we see ourselves, we all deserve to be proud of the person that we've become, because we've all gone through a whole bunch of shit in our lives. Even the most, you know, ivory towered, silver spoon, everything handed to them, never had to really work, they still go through hardships and they still go through difficult times. It's just that it's different, and we all deserve to be proud of who we are. So literally, my darling, what I would say is change that energy, right? And that will then clear the ground, a bit like, again, getting rid of that carpet, rid of the underlay, back to the floorboards, and then you'll get yourself a nice lovely carpet to get carpet burns on, if you know what I'm saying. And that's all I'm saying on that matter. So yeah, hopefully that helps, my darling. Thank you ever so much for your questions. Sorry it's not probably what you were expecting or what you were wanting, but again, it says it right up there. It's the guidance you need, not necessarily the answers that you are wanting. But yes, hopefully that does make a bit of sense. Let me have a look. Honky tonk. Yes, Mozart type era. There. Ting, 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 ping, ping. Yeah, that one. Oh no, harpsichord. A harpsichord honky tonk. I guess. Oh, look at that. Oh God, that's too much sugar. I'm diabetic. You're putting me into a coma, Patricia. Neems, you meet the nicest people on the planet every time you come onto these lives. That's very, very true. But also, has anyone got a bottle of insulin, and can they deliver it to my house in the next 10 seconds? Thank you. Wow, that is sickly sweet. But also, I genuinely do agree with it. We've got a lovely community here. You had to learn the piano accordion. What the hell is a piano? Is that just an ordinary accordion? Don't know. You've got a piano setting on your digital piano that you call your school assembly, which is close to honky tonk. Okay. The keys are literally ebony and ivory sharps. Wow. Yeah. Wow. You love a Lisa analogy. Here comes Elisa analogy. Yay! Insert RuPaul meme here. What RuPaul meme? What? If you can't love yourself, how? Oh, I didn't even say it, did I? I didn't even say it. I didn't even say it. Oh, Neens, my darling. I hope that helps. I really, really do. I really hope it helps. I think, listen, do I need to add to my list of videos to make? Do I need to do a series about dealing with inner trauma and how I've overcome some of my inner trauma with some tips and tricks for other people? Maybe that's something that I need to consider doing a video series on. Would that help? Would that help? Computer, add to list.
What should I add?
Inner trauma healing video series.
I've added inner trauma healing video series to your shopping list. Anything else?
No.
Okay.
So next time I'm in Asda and I'm looking at my shopping list, it will come up with healing trauma workshops or something. Absolutely. Can we still put questions in, Kan-chan? Yes, you can. Kan-chan, yes, you absolutely can put questions in. I am about to do the doodah just about right this very second. Before you do, though, before anybody puts questions in, I need to ask you a favour and a question. The favour, if you haven't already, hit that like button. And the question, I know if you're typing you've subscribed, but have you donged your bell and changed your settings to all so that YouTube lets you know when I am going live? Why is the computer an Aussie? Because Prisoner Sablock H. And because it makes me laugh every time she speaks. It literally makes me smile every time she speaks. It really does. So long as there are witchy elements, keep it on theme, etc. There's always witchy elements. There's always witchy elements, my darling. Right then. So if you haven't clicked that like button, if you have hit that subscribe button, ding your bell, change your settings to all. Thank you very much. And then let's go ahead right now and open up a free round. Yep, let's open up a free round. So if you would like a tarot question answered, how do you go about it? Simple. Pop your question into the live chat, starting with the word question for a free one. I will then go and pick one of those at random. If, however, you want to guarantee that your question is up next, you can do so by sending it as a super chat. You tend to get a longer question, more cards, and yeah, you also get to the lovely thing about helping me donate some money to charity. So that is also a really lovely thing that you are helping the channel to do. Just in case you need a quick recap, here is I forgot his name. Here's our Graham with a lovely recap. Yes, indeed. Right then, let's have a look in that there chat. Let me hang on. Let me take the banner off. There we go. So then, we seem to have 1, 2, 3 questions in. Is that correct? I think that's correct. So we've got Kan-chan, Strange Presence, and Valeria Ortiz. So then, let me pop them into the other screen. Here we go. Right then, so I've got 3 questions in, and I'm closing my eyes, and we're just going to randomly click on one of the questions. Oh, or not. I'm clicking off the screen. I need to find. I've got me 6 now. Look, I've got me dice ready to put the numbers on again for 6. So I tell you what. We'll do the dice. Hang on. I'll make this work. Look, I'll make this work. So here we go. 1, 6. I don't know what's supposed to be next to them, but we'll go 3 and 4 and 2 and 5. So the numbers are all on the dice, right? So we're going to do this. Kan-chan, you will be numbers 1 and 2. Strange Presents, your numbers 3 and 4. And Valeria Ortiz, you are numbers 5 and 6. So there we go. Total random thingies now, right? So remember that. So Kan-chan is 1 and 2. Strange Presents is 3 and 4. And Valeria is 5 and 6. 5. So Valeria, look, you can see all the other numbers are on there. Look, I wasn't cheating anybody out of a turn. So there you go. 5. Valeria, my darling, your question is up now. So then let me just put that over there, and yep, your question's up now. Oh, sorry about that. I thought the lid off my squash bottle was actually, I thought the lid off my water bottle was actually already undone, but it wasn't. So it took me the whole 10 seconds to get it undone. I know, I'm out of coffee. I'm trying not to have too much coffee late at night. I did bring in a can of black coffee as well, but I decided last minute that I was just going to have my squash. So, because it's getting on for time. It's 8:30 here in the UK. And what that basically means is, Nanes, it's so lovely to have you on board. Yay! Thank you, my darling, for joining us. We'll see you on Sunday for the 6 p.m. UK time for the members only hangout. That'll be cool. Thank you for joining. Yes, so we do have our memberships open at the moment. If you would like to join, you can do so by clicking the members, the join button. There's a join button somewhere. And yes, you can in fact join us for coffee on Sunday for our coffee club crew, which is what we call the membership, our coffee club crew members only live stream. So yes, right then. Let me get your question in. Let me just find your question. There we go. It's this one. Valeria, I've got your question now, my darling. So, here we go. I've just seen the nibbling popping in the live chat. Hello, Jay. Hello, I hope you're well. Lovely. Don't worry, your name is going to be added to the to that little visual as well as Neen's. So that'll get added this week. So yes, hello, Chaos Gremlin. Hello, Niblet. What's this? The coffee. Valeria, I'm just going to answer your question right now. Ellis, get checked out for ADHD, my friend, because quite a lot of people who drink coffee and it doesn't affect them, it gives them the dopamine rush. I can fall asleep after having a coffee. I'm trying really hard. We've got to get up early in the morning and take the car to Halfords to get the suspension looked at, because a bit fell off it. So we've got to do that tomorrow. So I'm trying not to do anything that might possibly maybe trigger, there's 2 cards there, that might possibly trigger the me not sleeping tonight, because I don't need any more help with that. Anyway, Wispy, Valeria Ortiz would like to know, will mine and Jay's relationship gonna get better in time? I love your profile picture there. Look at that cat. I don't know where that's from, but I love that. That is gorgeous. Wow, it's a battle cat, but not from He-Man. So then, Wispy, will Jay and Valeria's relationship get better in time? Is that going to get better in time? Let's have a look. So I tell you what, we'll go with what you want from the relationship, what Jay wants from the relationship, and what the relationship future is going to look like. Okay, that's a good way of doing that for you, Valeria. Hopefully I'm saying Valeria right. It's not Valeria. I don't know. I don't quite know. It's one of those names. It's a bit like one of the names in Game of Thrones. And after watching it, Valeria or Valeria, yeah, hopefully I'm pronouncing it right. Right. So let's look at what you want from the relationship. Okay, Six of Swords reversed. What Jay wants from the relationship, the Eight of Cups, and where the relationship future is heading. Okay. Right, it is going to need work. That's what I'm going to say about this one. Right, so where you are and what you want from the relationship. We got the Six of Swords. Now, when you look at the Six of Swords, you can see that there are 6 nails in the boat, right? And it's still moving forward. It's still going in that direction. There's nobody rowing it, so how it's moving, I don't know. But the boat is going that way. Oops, sorry, you can't quite see. That's my fault. I forgot we're on a different angle now. So you can see the boat going that way. You can see the geese going that way as well. Now, the thing with the Six of Swords is that you're actually taking these issues, these swords, you're taking them with you, right? So swords is trouble and strife, challenges, obstacles, hurdles in life. When this card is reversed, it's saying that you want more than anything else to move forward and to leave these behind. You want the swords left behind. You don't want this to be continuing, and you don't want, how can I put it? You don't want this to keep affecting you, right? So obvious question there is the unspoken question, or the unspoken knowledge that there are some ups and downs happening with you and Jay at the moment. This is saying that you want to move forward, but you don't want to take the shit with you, to be honest. Oh, excuse me, that squash was repeating. You don't want to take those challenges ahead, which is perfectly understandable. But it's also, it doesn't feel as if those challenges have come from you, my darling. It feels like they've come from Jay or the people around you. I've got a feeling there's a lot of other people talking about you two at the moment. What Jay wants to move forward. Jay wants to move forward with the relationship moving on towards the 9. They absolutely want to move forward towards the 9 of Cups. They want to take, thank you, Neil, bye. They absolutely want to move forward with that. They want to be able to take the relationship forward in a loving way. It might not feel like it, but the 8 of Cups, if you look, we're in this house, this flat, this room, and you can see we've got all these pots that have been collected because it's leaking. It's not raining because you can see outside, look, it's completely dry, but the roof is leaking. So there is something fundamentally wrong with that relationship where it is right now. But what Jay is wanting is to take that door and move on with the relationship, move on into that loving future. Okay, so it does feel as if at least Jay is aware that there are some issues and that they want to tackle. In the relationship future, what's coming up, we've got the King of Pentacles. Now, this can relate to finances, and I often say the king is in his counting house, counting out his money. But this is also the ultimate card of growth, right? And having faith in the future, because the reason the king has become wealthy is because they planted all of the crops, harvested all of the crops when they came up, and, you know, on all the farms and blah, blah, blah. They've done that work. They've put those seeds in place. They've harvested it. Whether that is, you know, buying the land that the farmers are on and having the farmers pay rent and pay tax and collect all the taxes for the crops, whatever. I don't know medieval England, but you know what I mean. They've put a lot of effort in. in the tarot, these are not kings by necessarily birthright. They're kings that hold on to their place by their actions. And so it does feel like there's two twists on this card, right? The first is that, yes, in time, things with more growth, with more learning, more understanding, things will get better between the two of you. The other way is that if Jay is particularly money oriented, then it could be that Jay is going to be focusing on career and focusing on work over the relationship with you, my darling. So if that's been a bit of an issue, not being able to spend time together, then that's not going to change, because Jay is going to carry on trying to work really hard and build that up, if that makes sense. So all I can say there, my darling, is that it really does depend on what is happening with Jay at the moment and what the issues were. If it was the fact there wasn't enough time because Jay was working, I think that's going to continue. If it is something where the two of you can build and plan for the long-term future, then this king then becomes an acknowledgement of growth. Okay? I hope that helps, my darling. I really do. It does feel like both of you are wanting the relationship to get better. It does feel like both of you are wanting things to change. It's just whether or not you can do that together, or whether Jay is going to be concentrating on, work, career and finance ahead of you. But that is going to be your reading for today, my darling. I hope it helps, and thank you ever so much for your question. And yeah, I'm going to pop back into the live. Hang on, there we go. And the live chat. Thank you, Holly. I've just seen your super chat. So thank you very much. That will come up soon. It will come up you'll be the next reading that I read for. Valeria, thanks, love. It helps a lot. Oh, thank you, my darling. Thank you. I'm glad that it helps. You know what I mean? Right, okay. Yeah, I'm glad that it helps, my darling. I really, really, really do. There's a lot of people asking about you, including your mum. Yeah, sorry that you're going through that. That 6 does feel like there's a lot of questions there. Oh, hello, B. I've just realized. Hello. I know I did win the title of pronoun protector. Or do I have an echo? Can I make that echo? Oh, I might be able to make that echo. Hang on. Let's see. FX echo. If I go to there. The pronoun protector. Did that echo? I don't know if it did or not, because I can't hear it at my end. But yes, hopefully that did a thing. Timey-wimey. I know I'm doing the next reading now. This will be the last reading for tonight, everybody. It is now 8:45. We finish at 9 o'clock. So yes, let me... Thank you. Let's have a look. Did it echo? Yeah, echoed a little bit. Okay, that's good. But no, I was pronoun protector. I was a superhero for the day. What am I trying to do? I'm trying to find this one. There we go. No more super chat requests, please, as there isn't enough time to read them. But mods, I don't know. I meant to say earlier when Neil was on as well. I've scheduled in a live stream for Thursday evening, 11:45. So yeah, hopefully somebody will be free. If not, I can do it myself. We're normally the Americans are a good bunch, aren't they? Aren't they? We've got to say, the Americans, our audience, I mean, to be fair, our audience is an amazing audience across all continents, countries. They really are. Oh, thank you. I know, right? That's my superpower. I've just lost. No, don't exit the live, flaming neck. Right, there you go. There's your question. So yes, Thursday evening or Thursday 11:45 UK time, so 23:45 here in the UK. Have a look in your local your local time and find out where that is. Computer, what is 11:45 p.m. in the UK in Central Time America?
From 24hourtime.net. 11:45 p.m. in the 24-hour clock time convention is 23:45.
That was useless, wasn't it? Computer, if it's
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
Computer, if it's midnight in the UK, what time is it in Central America? No, what's the question I'm trying to ask? Computer, stop.
Sorry, I don't have an answer for that.
Computer, if it is midnight in the UK, what time is it Pacific Standard Time?
Sorry, I don't have an answer for that.
What? Can someone Google it and put it in the comments, please? Because I've got no flipping idea. It's 2:56 in the afternoon. What, now? Or what time is it? Oh, gosh. What time is it? Right, hang on. Computer. What time is midnight in the UK in the US Central Time Zone?
From chess.com. When it is midnight in New York, it is already 5 a.m. in the UK.
Right, so 5 a.m. So that's 5 hours. So we're 5 hours ahead. 5 hours, quickly maths. That would be 8 p.m. So in New York, it will be 8 p.m. when it's midnight here. Right. Is that right? I'm looking for a clock. I haven't got a clock. Is that right? No. Yes. 7 p.m. Oh, I'm confused. Anyway, we're doing a reading Thursday night. Have a look at what I need to write. Do you know what? I need to write on a big piece of paper up here what midnight is in. Google said 4 p.m. In what time zone? Because all the time zones are different. In Central, I don't know. Right, I tell you what. Look it up. Wherever you are, ask your local, ask a policeman, because that's what we were taught as kids. If you've got a question, ask a policeman. I don't recommend doing that. But, you know, if you are wanting to join us on Thursday evening for a late night stream, it will be 11:45 UK time, so quarter to midnight in the UK. So whatever that is in your time zone, please come and join us. Right then. Oh gosh, hopefully that makes some sense to someone. I've got myself all confused and flustered now. Anyway, let's go ahead and your question, Holly, is coming up straight after this. There we go. Thankfully, we don't need to know about time zones and things with the tarot cards. So then, Wispy. Oh, I do need to do the cleansing. There we go. Wispy. Holly would like to know, what does the near future hold with her relationship or their relationship with A? Holly is a Scorpio and A is a Gemini. Like myself. So then, what does the relationship hold with A? The near future relationship for Holly and A. Come on, twist those cards. Get those in there. Thank you. Holly is Scorpio and J is Gemini. A is Gemini, not J. Good Lord. Because my brain's got all melted about time zones now, you see. Let's have a look. So, we'll do. Let's have a look. I'll tell you what. We'll do. Wispy. We're going to do an inverted triangle with you, your path, and the potential for the relationship with Holly and A. Okay, hopefully that makes sense, Wispy. I always have to let Wispy know what the spread is going to be, because it changes what cards Wispy might want to manifest to the deck, if that makes sense. Right then, so this is where you are. 7 of Cups reversed. Okay, some interesting and perhaps some difficult choices that you're dealing with at the moment in terms of the relationship. Where the relationship's path is headed. Right, before I fully go into this card does not mean what it says on the tin. Right? Hang on. Right, now look, honestly, Holly, promise me you're not going to get caught up on this card, right? It doesn't mean what it says on the tin. It just happens to be the way that the cards were written however many years ago, right? 100, 200 years, whatever it is, right? Just, it meant something, and it was, I'll tell you about the card, right? But this card does not mean what it says on the tin, right? So it is the Death card, and it came out in its positive aspect, if you like, upright. Now, this does not mean someone's going to die. It could indicate the closing of a chapter. So it could indicate the ending of a relationship, or it could indicate the ending of this particular part of the relationship, this way the relationship is headed at the moment. Okay, so it doesn't mean that it's the end. It can literally just mean that this is the closing of a chapter. If you think of reading a series of books, right, I don't know what they're called, the Hunger Games, is that Mockingjay or something? I've only seen one of the films, so I don't know anything about the books. I tell you what, Interview with the Vampire, the Anne Rice vampire books, right? You start one of the books and then you finish that book, but then, oh, now I've got another book to read, and another book, and another book, and another book. So you close the book. It doesn't mean it's over. It just means that chapter is over, right? So that could be what this card is indicating. It does not mean that someone's about to pop their clogs, and it doesn't necessarily mean that the relationship is doomed. It could just be that this chapter, this facet of the relationship, is coming to a bit of a close. And then we look at the relationship future. Hang on, which one was it? It was the the potential, sorry, for the relationship. We've got the 5 of Cups. That's not okay. That's not, I'll get to it. It's not bad. It's not good. So then, linking the 7 of Cups and the path that the relationship is headed in, we've got the 7 of Swords. Okay, the Rebirth Challenge Renewal card with the 5 of Cups. We've got the 9 of Swords. Okay, and the root of it all is the King of Pentacles reversed. Right, okay, interesting. We had the King of Pentacles before, but he came up upright. This is what the magic of tarot is. So then, let's have a look. So, the 7 of Cups, where you are. 7 is all about difficult choices, and choices that are not necessarily your choice, if that makes sense. It's like you're almost, because it's reversed, it feels like you actually don't have much choice in the situation. You've got to make some decisions, and whichever happens, whatever decision happens, it's not going to be wonderful. It's not going to be happy, joy, happy, joy. Do you know what I mean? There's going to be some negativity with whatever decision you make because of that reversal. So it could well be that at the moment you're unhappy, but you don't want to end, or you don't want to make some significant changes, but it may well be that something has to give, something has to change. The reason I'm saying that is because obviously we're up against, or up next to, the Death card. Now, as I say, it doesn't mean death. It does always mean a rebirth, a restart, the end of a chapter, start of a new chapter. It's like the ending of Star Wars and getting ready for Return of the Jedi, right? Or Empire Strikes Back, whichever one is next. I can't remember. It's that, though. Do you know what I mean? It is finishing something and then starting it again. This could also be, though, it doesn't have to be a book closing. It could be the end of a chapter. So the relationship still moves on, but you close that particular chapter and you start again with the next chapter. And it's up to you as to what changes you make between chapter 1 and chapter 2. Do you know what I mean? It's like you can have discussions whilst the book is closed. You can have discussions. That means chapter 2, it can literally start with 3 months later we decided. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, the 5 of Cups in the future, the potential future for the relationship, the fact that it's reversed is a little bit concerning, because it kind of feels like you're looking back at a relationship that may well have ended, or may well have significantly changed, right? Because the 5 of Cups, if I show you it this way, anywhere you see water in a tarot deck, you're looking at emotions. In this, it's quite swirly, but also quite deep, so there's deep emotions involved. Now the 5 of Cups is often seen as the kind of like the silver lining card, if you like, because you can see here we've got 5 drinking vessels. One is a can of soda that's all rusted and crumpled. One is a bottle that's smashed. One is a cup with its very last drop. One is a glass, or a like a cup without a handle, with liquid and a tea bag in it. And then we've got a glass of water. So 3 aren't any good, 2 are good, yeah? Well, no. Because when we look at it, this cup is perfectly fine. It's not broken, it's not cracked, it's not damaged. You've actually got a cup that can be refilled. So actually, this particular card, normally we look at the silver lining, so we say, oh look, 3 cups are empty, but there's still 2 cups standing behind. No, in this case, yeah, 2 vessels are damaged, but you've still got 3 cups. It's just that one of them is emptied. But this is reversed, right? And so this is saying it was reversed, wasn't it? I don't think it was. Was it? I can't remember. But it almost doesn't matter whether it's reversed or not, because with this card, it's like the reminder of the 5 is that silver lining. So it is like you are looking back at that storm cloud and saying, not everything was bad, right? Not everything was shit. Not everything went to crap. So yeah, there is there's hope, if that makes sense. So there is hope. There is something moving forward. Was that upright or not? Can someone tell me? Just put a U or a R for reversed, because I've got the strongest feeling it came up reversed, but I don't know whether that's right or not. Linking the 7, these tough choices, to the Death card, we've got the 7 of Swords. I think there's even more. There's some really difficult choices ahead, right? Really difficult choices. The 7 of Swords. Swords is all about obstacles and challenges, things you've got to do to learn and to grow. And there's 7, once again, 7 of them, really tough choices ahead, right? And I think the fact that we've got these affairs of the heart that is leading to these tough choices, taking us back to that rebirth Death card, I think that, yeah, it really does feel as if this is the ending of a chapter. It really does, whatever that means for you and for A, it really does feel like something is ending. It doesn't mean, as I say, that it can't continue. It's just ending as it is now. Linking the Death, I'm sure that this was reversed. I'm sure it was. The Death card to the 5 of Cups, the silver lining card, we've got the 9 of Swords. So we've got the 7 and the 9. The 9 is reversed. So the 9, you may well have heard me say it before, Holly. For me, 9s are full, 10 is overflowing. And what that actually means, sorry, I'm just going to turn, because, you know, I have to do these things when I see them because ADHD. What that means is there's so many challenges coming your way, so much happening that isn't from you, right? There's so many challenges that are coming from A that you are going to have to deal with here. Because again, specifically, your question is the near future with your relationship with A. So it's not about this is from your perspective, yeah? So it's like the reverse cards are coming up and kind of hinting that this is from A, and that these troubles are kind of being brought from A. The root of it, we've got the King of Pentacles reversed. So there is a really big issue around either money or around sort of work, or it could literally be the amount of effort that is involved in maintaining the relationship. Does that make sense? I'm trying to be a bit careful how I say, because Pentacles is also, because it's that earth, it's about growth, it's about effort, it's about work. Work doesn't just mean where you go and earn money, it's also work with a small w, the amount of work something takes, right? Oh God, it took a lot of work, but finally we got this barn up. It took a lot of work, but finally we got, I don't know, finally I finished off the portrait of whoever, right? It took a lot of work, it took a lot of effort, and that's what this is signaling. Now, if we take the central card out, we look at a pattern. So we look at going from the Seven of Cups, tough choices in terms of your heart and what your emotions are telling you, right? Leading to tough choices about the challenges that it brings. So it's like your heart is wanting to do one thing. The challenges are almost too much to bear. We're then getting to A, and the fact that A is bringing these troubles and these struggles in some way. But because A is bringing them to you, you're the one that's having to deal with them. And we go straight from the 7 to the 9, where that is a whole bunch of troubles and hassles, leading to the 5 of Cups, where it's almost like it's been shit, but at least it's not as bad as it could have been, right? Now, in that type of relationship, I don't know whether somebody is dealing with perhaps addiction issues, or dealing with a particularly very difficult past, or dealing with something along those lines that you are having to constantly battle. And these two 7s, it's kind of like your heart wants you to do one thing, but then the hassles are there, but then you keep trying to do it, but then the hassles come back. And then, do you know what I mean? Because this is the only card apart from the Death Rebirth card that isn't reversed. So this is literally saying, do you know what, every time you try and move forward, something happens, something goes wrong, and it's almost like you've given plenty of chances, and it keeps going wrong. And how many more are you going to be able to take? I think the answer to your question, this is where the future is headed. It's still going to be rocky. It's still going to be difficult. It does hold some future, because we have got this massive change right smack bang in the middle. So if that is happening now, that is literally where we are, smack bang in the middle. And the 5, at least that gives a glimmer of a silver lining. But in all, right, I'm going to do this, my darling. Hang on a second. In all honesty, right, it ain't going to get better at this moment. If you can deal with whatever A is going through, right, if you can deal with that being the status quo for a while A heals from whatever it is A is going through, whether that's past stuff, childhood stuff, addiction stuff, whatever it is, health stuff, whatever it is that is bringing up all of the 7s and so many swords. If you're committed to helping and you can see that A is moving forward with that healing process, then it's kind of suck it and see, I guess. It's like if you are willing to carry on that task, then that silver lining card, that 5 of Cups, might be hope for that longer term future. I don't want to give false hope, right? I don't want to give false hope. That death card could mean the end of the relationship, or it could mean a major significant shift in how the two of you react together, respond together, interact, and how the two of you both kind of take responsibility for each of your lives, basically. So it is entirely up to you. It does feel like you're personally going through a lot. Now, what I would say, my darling, is if you've got support and are strong enough, and if A recognizes the help that you are, hang on, I need to move this out the way because it's annoying me. If A recognizes the help that you are actually providing and respects that, then I think that will be a good clue as to how things go, if that makes sense. But again, you make all your own decisions about your own life, my darling, and I think it will be a bit of an uphill slog, but I think with that death card coming in right now, if A is genuinely turning over that new leaf, whatever that is, or getting the help that's needed to make that improvement in his life, I think that will make the improvement in yours and hopefully the relationship long term as well. So again, the best of luck to you. If it's something that you are willing to carry on with, then again, my darling, I really do hope that helps. But best of luck to you, because it does feel like it's going to be a bit of a slog. Right then, whatever that was, mods, I missed it. Sorry, hang on. Oh wow. Okay. The mods are talking about installing time zone things to help me out. Thank you very much, everybody. Oh, hang on. Let me go back into the live. Oh gosh. It's kind of an end of a big chapter for him. So yes, you understand. That would be the death card then. Right. Okay. Yeah, you understand. It was reversed. Yeah, my brain was like, no, it was definitely reversed. He was going through a lot personally, so he couldn't invest, but now it's getting better for him, so you don't know. Could be both at this point. That's the either or with the death card. It was work to keep supporting him in his healing. I bet it was healing from his past trauma. That's what I said was childhood. Belinda Jane Harris, we're literally just closing, my darling. We're literally just going. You're 2 hours too late, so have a look write down in your diary for Sunday, 3 hours before now, because you get to come on the members, because you're a members only. You get to come and hang out with the members on the members only chat. It is where you are now. Hang on, you've been trying to help him, but at what point, you don't know. It's not his fault. I hope it shifts positively. It could well do, my darling. It could well do. Thank you. Oh no, hang on, there we go. Look, Holland, midnight is 4 p.m. in LA and 7 p.m. in New York. Thank you. So Thursday evening at 4 p.m. in LA and 7 p.m. in New York, I'm doing a late shift reading. So do come and hang out with us. It will be midnight here in the UK. So yeah, it will be 3:45 and 6:45 in LA and New York respectively. So hopefully we'll see you there. No problem at all, Holly. Thank you very much for the donation with a super chat, and thank you very much for your question. But that is it for me today. I have gone over by 9 minutes. Apologies. I swore to Rufus I wasn't going to go over because he's got dinners ready and we've got to go and do things with the car before we take the car to get a new suspension on it tomorrow, because yeah. Anyway, hope that helps, everybody. Thank you so much for, I don't know why I said hope that helps. Hope it helps that we're getting our suspension redone. I know, right? But thank you so much, everybody, for coming in on today's stream. Thank you for all of the members' continual support. You're all amazing, and I get very touched and very embarrassed every time somebody joins up. I go all bright red and everything. It's really like, oh. But also thank you to everybody for subscribing, and of course thank you for watching. If you're part of the replay crew and you've come this far, stick a lovely heart emoji into the comments, and that is it. I'll see you again on Thursday evening at 4 p.m. in LA, 7 p.m. in New York, and well, quarter to, and quarter to midnight here in the UK. And with all of that being said, stay you, stay true, stay authentic, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye bye.